Welcome back to Takeout. Thanks for hanging out with us. The Supreme Court today ruled against Colorado's ban on conversion therapy, siding with a counselor who argued that the law violated her First Amendment rights. It was an 8-1 ruling. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the lone dissenter. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford joins me now to break it down. So break it down.
Well, I mean, the justices in the ruling written by Justice Gorsuch said that Colorado law amounted to basically straightforward viewpoint discrimination, because the law said that therapists who were counseling, and it applied to it was focused on minors, patients, clients under 18. It said that if you were a therapist, like Kaylee Childs, the woman who brought the case, were a therapist in Colorado, if a client came to you who was gay, transgender, transitioning, that you had to provide affirming support. You could support them. But if a client came in and they were struggling, having questions about their identity or sexual orientation, thinking maybe you might want to detransition, you couldn't say anything. So all you could do was affirm. And in the court's view, 8-1, two of the liberals joining the 6 conservatives, the justices said that is purely focused on the content of the speech. And that's a classic First Amendment violation. And there's some great language in there. I mean, it's just like this lofty Justice Gorsuch saying that the First Amendment stands as a shield against government efforts to kind of make us all think and say the same things. And that Americans, every American possesses an inalienable right to think and speak freely. So this was really a free speech case. And that's why I think you saw that lineup of the liberals joining conservatives. It's not an issue that just breaks left and right, because they can all kind of see when the government comes in, that can cut both ways.
Preview tomorrow's arguments about birthright citizenship.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's going to be so exciting. I mean, obviously, this is the biggest case, I think, of the term. It involves the president's executive order. Oh, it goes to the fundamental right of what it means to be an American.
What's the 14th Amendment mean?
Right. And so obviously the president is trying to redefine our long-held beliefs on what it means to be a citizen. If you're born on U.S. soil, you are a U.S. citizen. And he's saying, no, if your parents were here illegally or if they're on a temporary visa, you're not a citizen. Obviously, that upend kind of how we've looked at citizenship in this country.
And it will be a test for the self-identified originalists on the court about what that underlying language meant at the time and what it means presently.
Sure. And, you know, the Trump administration is arguing that the 14th Amendment was passed to give citizenship to enslaved people and their descendants. But there's a great originalist argument that cuts the other way, because it also applied to people after that was banned. Other people came here and were enslaved. They were brought here illegally. So, you know, there's an originalist argument that the way Trump is looking at the citizenship clause could exclude all of those people who were brought here illegally, and they would not be citizens. And that was never the understanding of the framers. So there's a good originalist argument for the conservatives to look at. So it's going to be a great, it's going to be exciting to see what they do.
I can see it on your face. Jan Crawford, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.